Hello curlies, it's Mary and welcome back to the Curly Closet. I know, it's been a while. So, if this is your first time visiting my channel, then welcome. And of course, if you've been hanging with me for ages upon ages, then welcome back. I just wanted this video to be a chit chat, get ready with me for this makeup look right here. It's quite a neutral look. It's not very in your face, but it is a bit peachy, a bit glowy. You can see like I have this nice highlighter going on here with this gold. So the topic of this chit chat, get ready with me, is a bit of a mental health update. As you know, the last video I did was about seasonal depression and going through a period of transition in my life. So I wanted to update you guys and also have a bit of a chit chat about some recent goings on social media. But before I do that, I wanted you guys to know that this video is done in association with BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online counselling website where you can get access to more affordable counselling. So basically you get to create an account and you can have access to a counsellor essentially without having to leave home. I personally am a very big advocate of counselling and therapy. At about 22, 23 years old, I decided to get some counselling and therapy for myself. That support was invaluable to me. So basically what happens is when you sign up to BetterHelp, you do a short questionnaire, and after your questionnaire is filled in, you actually get matched with a therapist who is most suited to you depending on the answers that you give. If for any reason you just don't click with the counsellor that you're matched with, then it's very, very easy to change and you can change to another counsellor. You can also specify what type of counsellor you need. For example, that you want someone who is a Christian counsellor, then they will be able to provide that for you. So they try really hard to match you with someone who they feel is going to offer you the best help depending on you personally and who will really help you according to the needs that you have. So I'm just going to quickly go through the sign up process so you can kind of see how it goes. This is the reason why I'm so close, so that you can hopefully see. Help us match you to the right counsellor. What is your gender? So I'm just tapping. How old are you? Have you ever been in counselling or therapy before? I'd say yes. Are you currently experiencing overwhelming sadness, grief or depression? Say yes. Are you currently suicidal? I know that's quite a strong question, but of course it's important to ask that question, because if you're feeling really low and you need the help, then it's a very honest question. But I would say right now, no. Are you currently experiencing anxiety, panic attacks or have any phobias? I would say no. Are you currently taking any medication? I would say yes, because I'm taking some medication, although not anxiety or depression related. Are you currently experiencing any chronic pain? I would say no. How would you rate your current financial status? Yeah, okay, answer that. How would you rate your current sleeping habits? Fair. Which country are you in? And then it has a very long list of countries, but I'm going to choose UK because that's where I am, the United Kingdom. You complete the questionnaire, next, and then it will sign you up. In between sessions, you can also text your counsellor or email your counsellor whenever you need to. If you're going through a difficult time and you feel like you would like to reach out to a counsellor, but in a more convenient way to you, then you can definitely check out BetterHelp. I'm going to leave all the information in the description box or the down bar below the video. So now here is the chit chat get ready with me segment of the video, and also please stay till the end of the video. I have a little surprise for you. So this feels very strange. It's been a while since I filmed anything on this channel. Now today I'm going to be using a majority of Tarte products. Yes, Tarte. Yes, that Tarte, okay? I'm going to explain why a little bit later on in the video. And it's going to be a first impressions of the Tarte products because I haven't tried any of these products before. So the first one I'm going to try is this right here. Okay, so this is the Rainforest of the Sea Primer Setting Spray Hydrating Mist and Skin Refresher. It's the Marine Boosting 4-in-1 Mist. I usually go with primers that are creamy. But since it's winter, hey, I need all the hydration that I can get, so yeah. Okay, this I like immediately. What does it smell of? It's kind of herbal, a little bit fruity. It's nice because my lip is a little bit dry. And the packaging is cute too, look. I feel like my moisturizer is going to be a little bit too greasy for this look, so I've decided to just go with my good old Fenty primer. This is something that I don't usually do, but I am going to do for this video. I'm going to be doing some color correcting. So I'm going to be taking this LA Girl concealer, the orange one. The reason being is, if you watch my last video, then you'll know I was talking a lot about seasonal depression and just kind of going through a bit of a period of just being very, very down. Yeah, one of the effects of that kind of period of time on me is my skin tends to break out. I would say overall I've been doing a lot better than I was doing in my last video. I kind of sat down and I analysed to myself, like, okay, what's actually making me feel down? Even though it's a combination of things, like a combination of the season and the weather and winter and my hormones and everything else. I just thought, okay, the season, the weather, I can't change that. But what is it that's actually bugging me the most? The answer was money. So I decided to get a job. To be more accurate, I am still technically an independent contractor. I still work for myself. I'm still self-employed. But I've started working with a new organisation. It's a completely different field to anything I've done before. And it's a very steep learning curve, okay? It's full on, okay? But it's very, very interesting. As it stands, it has more earning potential than social media for me right now. More earning potential and also a more stable income than social media for me right now. And because my hours have just been a little bit all over the place and are not completely set in stone right now, it's meant that I haven't really been able to upload at regular times. And so what I didn't want to do is, like, I didn't want to come back and start like telling you guys, oh, I'm going to be uploading at this date or on these days of the week, and then not do it, because I hate saying that I'm going to do something and then I don't do it. I'm going to be trying to upload once a week. Honestly, like, these brows are not perfect, but we're going to just have to work with them for now. By the way, I have a brow tutorial, so if you want to see how I do my brows, then yeah, you can watch that video up there. Right, so next I'm going to be trying out these Rainforest of the Sea Radiance Drops. Now, I don't usually do radiance drops, especially because I have oily skin. It's like kind of peachy, you can see the colour here. It's not like clear. This one's slightly peachy to me. Quite nice. And I'm just going to rub that in a little. And then I am going to be adding in my good old Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, because at the moment this is my winter colour foundation and it's also hydrating, which is what I need for the winter. You know, it's funny how, like, in life people say, oh, you know, like, money isn't everything. And I agree, it's not everything, but it sure helps, okay? Generally in my life, I've noticed when my finances go off track, everything goes off track. Like my emotional health, my relationships, like so much in life is tied to money. And it's not the money itself, but when your finances are a mess, it really can have a massive impact. I can see like a little bit of a yellowy glow to my face. It actually feels like my face is a little bit lighter than it normally is, but okay, so far so nice. Oh, and I forgot to say, I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Almond. So another thing that I have been focusing on in my life is peace. I sincerely feel like this is a theme that was given to me for 2018 by God. It's something that I really do want in my life. At the end of 2017, I had moments of feeling very much in turmoil and having arguments. And those arguments affected me very deeply. And I just realized more and more over a period of time that I don't want to be in conflict anymore. It actually affects my everyday, day-to-day functioning too much. I want to be at peace. I want to embrace peace. If I'm having a conversation I can see it's getting very heated, I want to learn how to take a step back, learn how to resolve conflict in a really constructive way. The women in my family have no problems with telling you what they think, how they feel, and really not caring too much how you respond. If something upsets me, if something annoys me, you're gonna know. So for me, I feel like I have gone to two completely different ends of the spectrum where that's concerned. When I was a child, I was very, very shy. And I think that a lot of things happened in my childhood. I should have spoken up for myself, but I didn't. And during those times, I really felt like I didn't have much of a voice for myself. And so I grew up having, to be honest, a lot of resentment and stuff. And was being really, really unhappy inside, but not really knowing how to express it or how to deal with it. And so, yeah, I finally did, in my 20s, find my voice and started speaking up for myself. But I feel like it has gone to the other end of the spectrum now, where sometimes I have so much of a voice that it can become a bit destructive, sorry, that's not the word I wanted, destructive. And a lot of times it's not really about what you say, it's about how you say it. And for me, I feel like I need to learn how to express how I feel about certain things without it having to escalate into an argument. I'm trying to find the balance right now. Quick shout out to my sister because she got me this light box for Christmas, and yeah, I think it came like literally just in time. So yeah, this is my theme for the year. It is essentially peace and abundance, or at least it's my theme for right now. And I'm also in the process of reading this book, which is called Conflict Free Living, and it's by Joyce Meyer. The basic premise of the book is, you know, there's a scripture that says that you should seek peace and pursue it. Pursuing means literally like chase it down. Peace is something that you have to actively pursue in your life. And if you want to minimize conflict, it's not something that's just going to happen. You're going to have to actually take constructive steps to reduce conflict in your life. I have been just thinking about those things that actually bring me positive feelings, peaceful feelings. I was going down my Facebook timeline the other day and I started to realize, like, there's so many things in the world to make you angry. It can literally fill you with so many emotions, and not good ones, by the way. So I've kind of been limiting my time on, you know, news sites and things like that. Not because there's nothing wrong with knowing the news, but it's like, okay, too much of it can actually push me in the wrong direction. And so I've just been doing my best to listen to positive people, like Joyce Meyer. I've been listening to Joel Osteen quite a lot. Sometimes I listen to TD Jakes, and just trying to kind of do things that I know are actually going to make me feel positive. Okay, so next I'm moving on to eyes, and I'm going to be using this Tartelette palette from Tarte. This is a Amazonian clay matte palette. You basically have a lot of browns. So if you like neutral colours, then yeah, this would be a palette for you. So I'm going to start off with this colour right here, which is called Dreamer. So speaking of minimizing anger, let's talk about Tarte. The reason why I'm using mostly Tarte products for this tutorial is because Tarte were kind enough to send me some of their makeup in November 2017. I think end of November or early December. I was actually quite excited because, as you guys know, last year, towards the end of the year, I went to New York. I went to Gen Beauty in New York, which is basically a beauty show where a lot of brands come to showcase their stuff, and they meet influencers and stuff. So I met some of the Tarte staff who were very warm and very welcoming. And when I came back to the UK, I kept in touch with them, and they actually sent me some of their makeup. Now this made an impression on me because, truthfully, I'm not going to say all, but quite a few US based makeup / hair brands don't really make an effort with influencers that don't live in the USA. And unless you have a very, very, very high number of subscribers, I'm talking about like in the millions, or at least in the 100,000s. I actually thought that it was really nice of them to go out of their way to send me some makeup all the way from the USA. And especially as an influencer of colour, a black woman doing makeup in England, you know. I have personally never used a Shape Tape concealer, but I know it was very popular on YouTube. And so when I heard that they were coming out with a Shape Tape foundation, of course I was like, okay. I mean, everybody's using Shape Tape concealer, so clearly everybody's going to want to use the Shape Tape foundation when it came out. Clearly it was going to be really highly anticipated. So when it came out and then I saw the shade range, I was kind of like, really? And I felt disappointed. Not even for the reason that you think, like, okay, yeah. I was disappointed because I looked at the shade range and I was like, really? So you couldn't come out with something that was a little bit more extensive than 50 Shades of Beige? Like, really? They made such a positive impression on me, and then all of this happens and it's like... So to finish off my eyes, I'm actually going to be using this, which is the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette. This one wasn't sent to me. This one was in a goodie bag from Gen Beauty. These are mostly shimmer colours in a circular palette with a highlighter in the middle. Okay, so I'm actually going to be using this colour here, which is this like really beautiful golden brown colour. they really shot themselves in the foot and they really let themselves down. Really. It's just a shame that, you know, it could have been a really, really great launch. Frankly, their marketing department handled the whole thing really, really badly. You know, like deleting comments when people are trying to point something out about what's wrong with your product is just a complete and utter no-no. Like, that was just, it was a mess. Now, of course, people who work in the marketing department are different from staff members who I've actually met personally, who deal directly with influencers. So I can't say like the whole company is to blame. And this is why I wanted to talk about this with regards to being peaceful. Because yeah, again, going back to my point before, it's very easy to get angry about so many things. And there are some things which are legitimately, you're legitimately meant to be angry about. But not to the point that actually disturbs your personal peace. I mean, I thought to myself, okay, I mean, it really bugs me. But at the same time, am I going to come up with a video saying Tarte is cancelled? No. I feel like on social media, people love to jump and say X brand, certain brands are cancelled. I mean, even if they cancel for you, somebody's still going to buy from them, you know? And the reason why I personally decided to do this video is because I was going to do this video in November anyway. And I just thought, even if I don't come on camera and show you that I'm using the products, I'm still going to be using them. And just because this whole thing happened, am I going to throw all of my top products away? No, because I don't believe in being wasteful. And I was going to do the video anyway, so why don't I just do the video anyway and just talk about it? Because the truth is, I'm still going to use the products that they sent me. Thank you very much. I do appreciate them. They didn't send me any complexion products, which is fine. I'd rather they didn't send me any complexion products than send me products for complexion that just didn't suit my skin tone. I just hope that for the company, that is a lesson for them for the future. Am I going to say, oh, I'm never going to buy anything from Tarte? No, never say never. However, I have not bought any Tarte products so far. I'm glad that I have the opportunity to try them out though right now. As to whether I'll buy some in the future, I'm not sure. But would I want to tarnish a whole company because of a really terribly badly handled PR moment? No. To be honest, I've got better things to be angry about. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that inclusion and representation don't matter. That's not what I'm saying. I didn't say that. Inclusion and representation definitely matter. But then there are brands who are just, they're taking longer than others to catch up. And I think that they were not really expecting the level of backlash that they actually got. I'm going to come in just a little bit closer so you can kind of sort of see how this is looking. It's got shimmer, but it's quite a subtle shimmer on the eyes, but I think it's really pretty. I have a theory about this. I've actually written about it in a blog post, which I'm going to leave below in the description box, okay? Black women and women of colour in general have been complaining about shade ranges for years. This is not something that's new. But I do think that there's more of an outcry regarding shade ranges now because of Fenty. I think that Fenty basically changed the game because they basically, I can't just say Rihanna because it wasn't just her, but the people behind Fenty, including Rihanna, decided that the shade range was basically going to be across the spectrum on the very first launch. And because Fenty got it so right, any brand that's now going to come out with any kind of complexion products, they're going to have to do the same as Fenty, if not better, in order to not get the wrath of the public. Because in a post-Fenty world, you just can't do that, okay? I think the excuse that, oh, you know, we're going to save the later shade ranges, you know, the darker colours for the later shade ranges, like, that was never an acceptable excuse. It was never acceptable. But the fact that a company came along and did a massive shade range from the very lightest to the very darkest on the first launch basically showed everybody, like, do you know what? There's really no excuse. It can be done. And pretty much from then on, the public has said, if Fenty can do it, anybody can do it. I guess Tarte, somehow, their marketing department just, they got left behind. For some reason, they thought that the old model of just, you know, another shade, some other shades coming out later on, they thought that that could wash after Fenty. But at the same time, my personal stance is, if I've got good makeup and something works for me, there's no way I'm gonna throw it away and not use it just because of a social media storm. I'm gonna be trying a bit of this color right here. It's like a rose gold, basically. It has golden shimmers in it, and I'm gonna add that in more towards the inner third of my eye. Okay, so next I'm gonna be trying out this Tarte double take eyeliner, which has a pen on one side and it has a pencil liner on the other side. Well, now that that's done, I can say that that was a reminder of why I love pen liners, because that was pretty easy. I went for these baby demi wispy lashes, which I actually really like. So I'm just going to blend them together with this mascara right here, which is the Tarte Lights Camera Splashes. I like the name actually. It's waterproof mascara. I'm really glad they sent me waterproof mascara because I only ever use waterproof mascara. I'm happy to have waterproof mascara, so I'm hoping that this goes nicely. Whatever it's done a nice job. And this is going a little bit more into the inner part of my eyes. So, yeah. Right, so now I'm going to be using this Tarte Pro Glow to Go mini palette contour shade. Clearly that's not going to work for me. And then two highlighters. Okay, so being completely honest, it doesn't look terribly bad on camera, but I kind of sort of feel like it's a little bit too yellow, especially going with the eye look that I've got going on. So I've decided that I'm going to my sleek Face Form palette, which I use so often, and I'm going to go for this middle color, which is the highlighter. So let's see what that does. Aha! Yeah, I feel like this is better already. I am now going to try this bronzer. It's the Park Avenue Princess bronzer. I'm coming a little bit closer. I'm hoping that you can see how this is turning out. But if I kind of put it on my temples, you can see, I'm getting a bit of a glow here. But actually, that's really pretty. Of course, it doesn't help that I've got breakouts on my skin, but hey ho. Do you know what this actually reminds me of? But a very subtle version of Trophy Wife. It's the same kind of yellow, it's just not in your face. Yeah, I think this is not so much a bronzer for me as a highlight, but it's definitely pretty. Now for my lips, I'm going to be using this colour, which is this Tarte lip paint in the colour Front Row. Okay. I've got this NYX Lip Lingerie colour in this brown. Okay, so I have this peachy lip gloss from Rimmel London, and it is Oh My Gloss. That's the name of the actual range, and this one is called Go Gloss or Go Home. So now to just literally pull everything together on my face, my usual MAC Mineralize Skin Finish. I literally just dust this everywhere. And it just pulls everything together. If there's any bits that's not quite blended properly, this will just blend it all nicely. If I have highlighter that's a little bit too bold, then it will just tone it down just a little for me. Okay folks, so this is the finished look. It's glowy, a bit peachy. Looks like he made an effort, but just not in your face made an effort, you know. I hope that you enjoyed this chit chat, get ready with me. So yes, in conclusion to the whole video, yeah, this year I feel like I just want to embrace peace. I want to make decisions that are going to leave me feeling at ease and relaxed and peaceful. I'm just looking to continue to move into 2018 with a more positive outlook. Oh yes, so as a part of that, I guess I should like show you my change that I've done. Yeah, made a little change during January that I thought you might like to see. So yes, this is my new hair. So yes, it's bright and it's in your face, and this is exactly the reason why I decided to make this change to my hair. I wanted to do something with my hair that had a symbolic meaning. Red is a colour that's really bold, it's really in your face. It's about living your life to the full, not allowing things to get you down and to kind of dim your light, not being afraid to be seen, not being afraid to speak your truth. And so basically at this moment I kind of feel like I'm starting a bit of a new phase of my life. And so yeah, it's a season where I am not going to be afraid to do what's best for me. And I felt like my emotions were to a certain degree running my life. And whilst I feel like emotions are really important, I felt like the sadness, the kind of growth, that transition period, all of those emotions, I felt like they were kind of taking charge of me and taking charge of my life. And it wasn't really reflecting who I really am as a person. So this colour is about me basically saying, this is me, here I am. Yes, sometimes I get down, sometimes, like all human beings, we all go through difficult times, but just don't let it get the best of you, basically. You are not your depression or the feelings that you're going through, and no matter what's going on in your life, you still have power and control, of course with the help of God, to overcome anything that comes your way. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, then please give me a very big thumbs up below. You can also hit the red subscribe button below. Hint, it's the same colour as my hair. Okay, you can subscribe for more videos like this one. And I will see you again soon on The Curly Closet. Take care. Bye.